Welcome. I'm David Scotto, Associate Broker at R.M. Friedland, and I'm here with my colleague, Katelin Van Voorhis, also an Associate Broker from our Retail Division. And we're here to give you a brief snapshot of what we've seen for the 2024 Westchester retail market. For me, I thought the first and second quarter and a good part of the third quarter felt very strong and then kind of quieted down towards the end of the third quarter and into the fourth of 2024. The better centers throughout Westchester County had and will continue to have the strongest demand, whether it's up and down Central Park Avenue from Yonkers up to White Plains, the Route 22 corridor in Eastchester, Scarsdale. With that, I've also seen a good amount of interest in the downtown areas nearest the train stations like White Plains and Portchester, where we have 1 North Main Street in downtown Portchester, which we just opened up Key Bank, which is on the hard corner, so we have some space left over there. And there's been a continued interest at the Waterfront Shopping Center, which is Costco-anchored center across the street. I feel that with all the new residential developments happening in Westchester, you're going to see a continued need and interest from retailers, servicing these residents, going into the 2025 year.
Yeah, I agree with everything David said. Thank you. And also, demand for second-generation restaurant spaces was consistently remained high throughout 2024, particularly for spaces 3,000 square feet and below, hottest area being 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. To remain competitive, landlords of, new construction raw space looking to attract food and beverage tenants, really what's been essential for them is the tenant improvements allowances and other tenant incentives, particularly if they're looking to attract the high profile, like name brand restaurant operators. TI can look upwards of $400 a square foot on the high end of things. It's what we saw in downtown White Plains in that market. And as far as strong local and regional tenant activity, maintained pretty strong numbers. Good centers lease well, and we saw a little pop of activity with some of those local regionals operators coming out of Long Island, taking some space on Lower Westchester last year. So that's interesting to watch if that trend continues. And on the more national franchise front, we had our New York ICSC show in December, and there was really strong representation from the national franchise tenant retailers on the retailer runway at the show. And what's distinctive of this year versus prior years being that a number of those newer and emerging franchise concepts have actually came to the show saying that they've got signed franchisees for the Westchester market, signed up, ready to go, and looking for space. So we'll be watching to see how that plays out in the coming year and which markets they're going to be transacting in. So thank you for joining us, and thanks to LMC Media Studios for hosting us today. To download the full retail leasing market report for Westchester, please visit rmfriedland.com.
Thank you.